Hi, welcome to FedScoop TV. I'm Billy Mitchell. Today I'm here with Lauren Knausenberger of the Air Force, and we're at the Juniper Networks Government Innovation Forum. Lauren, how are you doing today?
Yeah, doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, and it's quite the honor to talk to you and ask you a couple questions about innovation, government digital transformation, all those big buzzwords to figure out what's going on in your neck of the woods at the Air Force.
I talk about these things all day. So.
Good. Well, you'll have a lot of good stuff to tell us. Starting out with a very easy question. Focusing on innovation and digital transformation, what progress has been made in the past year? There's been a lot of directives and various policies from the top level at the White House, but also I know within the DoD and the different services there are some as well. So what are you guys seeing and what progress has been made in the past year?
Sure. Well, I will say that I see two paths being taken right now. So one is really just getting the housekeeping in order, yep, and making sure that our infrastructure is reliable, moving to the cloud, gathering data and ensuring what types of data we want to have, how we're going to house it, data strategy in general. From there, really moving toward and leveraging what the ISR community has already, the strides that they've already made in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and really looking at opportunities to move forward even while we are putting in place that foundation.
Sure.
So I will say that I have been impressed since working with the Air Force. I began working with the Air Force in July, at the amount of innovation on the battlefield. And I was just sharing with some colleagues, this is a force that can hit a fly from halfway around the world. Yeah. It is, however, very difficult for them to implement an enterprise personnel system or logistics system. Yeah. So a lot of those things run incredibly well from the sweat of the team, just as the war zones often run from the sweat of the team. Sure. So I think as we move forward, the dialogue is changing. People are realizing that efficiency and automation are important, that data is important, and that at the end of the day, first foundation and then leveraging emerging tech to advance our mission.
Yep. I want to key in on the efficiency aspect of what you just said. We hear a lot about Agile development. I know in your panel earlier you talked a little bit about it. Why is it so important that agencies move to Agile? And quite simply, a lot of people struggle with it, so how can they do it better?
Well, the first thing is to understand that Agile is not everything. Yeah. Agile does not necessarily just mean fast. You know, it is a specific methodology, and one of the key tenets is minimum viable product. And I do believe that one of the reasons why government so often is not successful is because we live in the realm of the huge project. And even the commercial world, the best in the business, only succeed 10% of the time when you're dealing with a monolithic project. Sure. And I want to say the study that I might be missing a zero here. I don't recall whether it was 10 million or 100 million, okay, defined as large project. But think about how many large projects by that definition DoD does versus anybody else in the world.
Exactly.
So one of the first challenges is how do you break that down into a small chunk? And really the answer there is get to minimum viable product. And that's hard. You know, we have a culture of let's build out the requirements and let's really specify it to the nines because we are worried that we're going to kill someone if we do it differently. Yeah. But that dialogue is starting to change. And we are having some success in pockets with Agile development. You still have places where it's not so Agile requirements and not so Agile test, but the development in the middle uses Agile principles. So one of the things that we're trying to do is really educate the workforce on what Agile means, and especially the management, and why it is important, and really driving home that concept of minimum viable product.
Yeah. A lot of this, this is all great stuff. Modern technologies, innovation, Agile, but you can't really do any of it if you're not secure on the back end of it. Cybersecurity is paramount. So with that in mind, how does that play into it, and how can agencies focus on better cybersecurity so that they can get to these modern technologies?
So this is really a tough issue, and like many things, it comes down to culture and policy. Yeah. And we are really happy to accept really stupid risk in old things. Yeah. So we're very comfortable that, you know, Lord knows who is crawling all over our networks, and even when we know that there's a threat, sometimes we're actually comfortable with that. Yeah. But when it comes to bringing in a new technology, oh, did you go through all of the controls? Does it solve world hunger?
Yeah.
So if it doesn't solve world hunger, then we start poking at the things that it doesn't do, even though it delivers an immensely superior capability to what is there today. So that's kind of one of the cultural issues. But really, I think that this is one place where policy would help, where we say from the top, this is what we are doing with cybersecurity. This is the commercially proven tool set that we're using.
Yeah.
Transition some of the workforce that we have today developing paper into cyber warriors and training them to be the best and supplementing them with AI bots.
Yeah.
I do believe that the future is human-machine teams, human-machine cyber teams, and that is something that will really drive us forward.
And kind of just keeping in line with that, my final question is about that next-gen technology, kind of looking forward at what's coming next. You mentioned kind of the machine-human teams and AI bots. Is there anything else, or is there more that you can elaborate when it comes to that kind of AI stuff?
The next 5 years are going to be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about our mobile strategy versus laptops. We're moving to the cloud. We're moving toward a deviceless society.
Mm-hmm.
I do think within 5 to 10 years, we're going to be looking at, does it have a screen or does it not have a screen? Really the world of augmented reality. So really, I mean, AR, VR, and the applications to training the workforce and kind of just really giving that true immersion. There's no reason why we can't be using that more. AI and machine learning is huge, for automation, for gaining the full power of our data. I mean, there are so many pieces. I mean, quantum computing is, of course, the next nuclear. Really, when it comes to encryption and decryption, and then very quickly, space technologies are entering the forefront. Of course, then we need to worry about, a few years ago, have few power nations with things in space. Now everybody's got something in space. The satellites are commoditized. It's just a matter of what do you hook into that universal bus, how quickly can you get into space, and how do you secure it?
Great. Well, Lauren, that's all I had for you. I appreciate you stopping by today.
All right, wonderful. Thanks so much.
Great. I'm Billy Mitchell of FedScoop TV. For more of our coverage on government innovation, visit us at fedscoop.com. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.